Welcome to another episode of Give 'em Some Leg. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, are the best people on the planet, Anonymous Alex and Jenna. How are y'all this week?
Inside leg to outside rain, am I right?
A.
I just know that they were saying it a lot. Like, that sounds like the solution to basically every problem on the planet is just give 'em some leg.
Yes.
And also, there's a character that appears to have Jenna legs. Yeah, it's just, I don't have enough leg.
Shut up.
I don't have enough leg. I can't.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Why are you always making fun of my disproportionate body?
I can't reach the bottom of the horse.
Listen, but for real though, I did go, so we have the like open office where you can sit anywhere you want type deal. And I sat down at a desk and the chair that was partnered with this desk, I could not reach the floor, and it was as low as it could go.
Mm-hmm. You just got to give it some more leg.
No, I gave it as much leg as I had, and it wasn't enough. Didn't have enough leg.
So we've started the third book in the eventing series. This one's called Courage, and I'm going to tell you what happened in the first 15 chapters. Pete and Jules take on work training racehorses, or at least they're trying to. Jules doesn't know really anything about it, and it's pretty hard to find work, unless you're Pete, because he just went somewhere and found somewhere that had 6 horses, and Jules is having a hard time of it. It's still not enough money, but we'll come back to that. Jules meets Alex and Alexander. Well played, Natalie K. Reinert. Now it's another book series that I have to read because Alex is delightful. Back to it not being enough money, though. They have to rent out the majority of the farm because they aren't bringing enough money to pay for it. Also, there's a legal battle that's happening because Grandma left it to a school and she didn't write down that she was going to leave it to Pete if he made it to Nationals. Is that what it is? I don't remember. The America team? I forget what it's called. He made it to, if he skied the K-12. Anyway, they all decide that Pete and Jules, who I will heretofore refer to as they all, decide that they can go live in Jules's barn, which is like, I guess, the tiny corner of the farm. They're going to rent out the bulk of the farm and just live in the barn. They almost burn it down. So this isn't a great plan. We'll just say that. This is not the best plan that they've ever had. Alex comes to help work with Jules's horse because Jules's horse is struggling after all the dressage that it's been doing. And then I keep wanting to call him Sam Rockwell. Mr. Rockwell. Mr. Rockwell, who is their sponsor, comes by and he's like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We're working with this horse because it's got problems." And he's like, "What the hell? I'm paying you a bunch of money. Why do you have a horse that's got problems?" So he's not happy. But Jules is all like, "I'll fix it. Shut up." And then Mr. Rockwell goes and sees Pete. And then we find out that Pete has a year to ride advanced under the current deal of the sponsorship. And then that's when Regina, which is Pete's horse, gets hung up in a fence and almost bleeds out. And then they are able to save the horse, get the vet there in time. But it's going to be months of recovery. And now this stacked on top of the fact that Pete has to be riding advanced within the year. Nothing's going really, really well. And so they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. And that's when Jules decides that Pete is going to have to ride her horse, Dynamo. And that's the first half of this book. Which, like, it doesn't sound all that dramatic the way that I said it. but giving up Dynamo, this is huge. This is monstrously big. And if you read the book, you'll understand because they devote like a whole chapter to it. I gave it like one sentence.
But like, it's also Jules. This has been my favorite first half of book so far for Jules and her growth as a person. Because I think her really being put in this position has forced her to grow up in some ways that was really infuriating in previous books.
Okay, so 3 books into this, 3.5 books because we read the novella, 2.5 books, 3 books, whatever the math works out to be. I've figured out what I really like about Jules. And what I like about Jules is that something will happen. Jules will not like it. Jules will come up with a shitty response. And if she's not super pissed off, she won't say this shitty response. She'll just think the shitty response. And then she'll have this like whole self-evaluation period where she realizes that it's a shitty response and that she shouldn't say it. It doesn't make her feel any better. And she's not like less mad or anything. I just like going through the process with her when she says that was a stupid response and that's why I didn't say it. And I'm like, this is kind of fun. I need a little Jules in my brain.
That was fun, but I really liked the moment where there's just one thing where you expect that to be what happens, because that is what happens 99% of the time. But it's when Pete, she's enraged already because Pete's like whispering in the shadows with Hunter Pony Princess.
Yeah.
And then she's like, fucking tell me what is going on. And it's that they have to move out of the guest house because that's where the fancy grooms are going to be. And instead, like, you fully expect her to have that moment, but instead she's like, well, here's 13 solutions. Like, let's just do this. And then Pete gets super, I loved that moment so goddamn much.
Because it wasn't the same thing that we've seen in the first 2 books of her actively working against her own success and instead just trying to like, all right, so what do we do? You know?
But I also love it because like Pete thinks it's this big, huge deal. Like he thinks that it's this end of the world problem, right? Between the 2 of them. And she's like, bitch, I'm poor. We can live in the barn. Did you not see where I used to live? It barely had a roof.
There was also the really grown up moment in there where he says, we're through, we're done. And then he's like, no, I didn't mean it like that, fully expecting her to go off. And she goes, no, I know you're talking about the farm, not us.
Right.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
and I love 14 things about that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's like, that's some trust right there. And like 0 Delulu in that moment. Because she's been so very like, anytime something goes slightly left with him, she's like, oh God, he's going to break up with me. Oh no, this is the end. Oh God, it's over. And like, it's your first relationship, really. I get it, but at some point, you guys have been living together for quite a while. It's not the end of the world anymore. Calm down.
She had my favorite snarky comeback to Hunter Jumper Princess, Amanda, when she said something about her being one of the poors. I'm not rich because I ride Hunter or what is it? I ride Hunter. And she's like, no, you ride Hunter because you're rich. And I was like, oh, I loved that so much.
Oof. I loved shouldn't your butler be bringing you mimosas right now? Yeah. They're going to be best friends, aren't they?
No, there's no way.
Oh, I think they're going to be best friends.
I think Pete's going to break up with Jules and go with her.
How dare you think that?
I hope y'all enjoy your time reading the rest of this book series. I'm now jumping off and I am jumping on the Alex and Alexander train because Alex was delightful.
Alex, not me. Delightful. To be clear, the book character.
Yeah, this is how they get me. These I love these crossover episodes. And now I'm with her other book series, and now I'm taking the fork in the road, and I'm taking the other book series.
I fucking adored when when Jules calls Alex freaking out about Dynamo, And Alex is like, shut up, don't even worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course I'll help you out. And then she's like, just reteach him the thing. And Jules is like, it's not that big, I can't do it, it's not that simple. And Alex is like, yeah, but why not? Like, why can't you just, you taught him the other thing, now teach him this thing.
The instant that she walks in and she's like, I don't want to talk to anybody unless you have coffee. And she's like, I have coffee. She's like, great, you're hired. And I'm like, well, this is such a fun character and I love her.
That when she is like, the entire intro sequence of Alex Alexander was great. But like the moment where it's like, I hope that's for me. No, but this travel mug is. And she's okay, great. We are best friends now. And then something goes wrong. Like the coffee pot, it's fucking Diego. And it's like, well, actually, you broke it. She's like, we understand at this barn that if anything goes wrong, I blame Diego.
So good.
I have decreed that that's the next book series we're going to read after this one. Because I have to know about Alex and Alexander. Alexander sounds like he's kind of short with people. And so like this is the buddy comedy that I need.
He just
in my
like
life.
The proper like track cowboy, like the proper pony guy where like when everything's going wrong with like the owners that are screaming in their fancy outfits and the horse is rearing and flipping on the jockey and the jockeys are screaming at each other and he's just like, yep.
Yeah, no, I like this book. I like this book series.
Yeah, each book is my favorite, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, good. It should be.
But there's got to be an end to it, right?
Yeah, that
book seven, book 8.
I was about to say 7 or 8, I think it is.
I'm never going to ask a clarifying question again.
I swear to God, don't. It's like
so-
fucking throwing chum into the fucking water here.
I'm going to ask every
is it-
clarifying question ever.
Is it this from the person who is still attacking me for throwing around?
No, it wasn't for Toto Wound. It was for Mammoth Caves.
We changed it to Miss B. Waven, by the way.
Not in my mind.
So it starts out with Jules and she's got her own barn, and then God smited her and she lost her barn. And so she moves to a nicer barn, but she doesn't own it. And then the economy smited her, and now she lives in a tiny barn on that farm. And like, it's like eventually, like you have to quit circling the toilet at some point. Like this is
sure don't.
We have to grow back or like die, are our only two options now.
Here's the great thing. If the water's hard enough, you can grow around the rim.
If the water's hard enough.
Yeah,
the
mineral
if you
water
have-
is hard
if you
because
have-
it's on the pH scale. It's
If you have quicksand in your toilet.
Could a toilet sustain a quicksand environment?
I have to assume that any sand in the toilet is quicksand,
No.
right?
No, at some point you're clogging that pipe.
I feel like at a very low point, you are clogging the pipe. Like much less sand than you think your toilet can handle.
I misunderstood low point. I thought we just had really high toilets.
Although I don't know, because like they still have toilets in sandy places. So
Toilets in sandy places sounds like
a Garth
yeah,
Brooks
A
song.
Jimmy
His
Buff-
third album. Oh,
I was going to go Jimmy Buffett. But Garth Brooks is better. Chris Gaines. It sounds like a Chris Gaines song.
I fucking love when they demolish houses. That's my favorite Chris Gaines moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, clearly nobody is fans of Chip and Joanna here.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
I'm disappointed.
I was
in
trying to think of
I-
their Magnolia, whatever the hell it
Magnolia
is.
Farms.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is that a Property Brothers joke that I don't get?
It's kind
I
of
mean,
like
you're
the
close
twin
enough.
to the Property Brothers joke. Yeah.
The twin to the Property Brothers is such a good joke. It's the third Property Brother.
The third Property Brothers, Chip and Joanna Gaines.
We should take my Probably a Summers Brothers t-shirt and make it probably a Property Brother. Just the two Property Brothers on the outside and a shadow inside in the
Yep,
middle.
I like it.
What if we did Scott and Alex Summers Property Brothers?
Ooh.
Like an alternate universe where they were TV real estate.
That's incredible.
People.
Yeah.
I love it. They still had their mutant powers. So demolishing houses would be easy.
Yeah. Oh, man. That would be so good. Like, Scott Summers would definitely be the designer, and Alex Summers would definitely be, like, the builder, destructor boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Builder, destructor, boy.
Builder, destructor. That's his official. That's what his business card says.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. I'm ordering the Alex and Alexander books.
Yeah.
We're doing those. I have to read them. I have to know.
What? Okay, so, like, there would be, like, a dumb, goofy intro to that show where it's like, one has vision, the other takes a more hands-on approach.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only option there.
I want it to start with Scott Summers turning towards the camera and then whipping off his glasses.
And then flash of red.
Cuts
Flash of
to.
red, wipe to, yeah.
We've nailed this.
I feel like there would be other X-Men in too.
But they would just like wander in and out. Like they wouldn't be
one
on
of them
the
would
series.
be like the lawyer guy and would say that there's a lien on the house
Archangel?
that nobody knew of. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
'Cause he was
Jean would
rich.
pop in like Zoe Deschanel does sometimes.
And the running joke would be the running joke would just be like, which Gene are we going to get today?
I love that. And cut over to Alex building something, and you just got like Wolverine standing over in the corner, scowling off screen at Jean and Scott.
I love this. Oh my God. I could totally see. Okay, so imagine every house building montage design show you've ever watched. The montage where something's getting delivered in inclement weather and everyone is freaking out because the thing can't go on the wet ground or we can't have the water touch, and then fucking storm for the fucking win.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like everyone freaking out, and then it just cuts to like, but I know who to call in for this. It's like, Aurora Monroe, get over here as fast as you can. I'm having a great time with this show.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Not horses anymore. Now we're X-Men.
Sean Ashmore would be in charge of the plumbing.
Sean Ashmore.
Hey. Are you proud of that joke?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it. I like the book series. I don't like Amanda.
She's fine.
Yeah, she didn't
don't
do
hate
anything
her.
wrong. I just, like, I'm on Jules's side about her. For, like, no real reason.
I don't know if
No,
I am.
I think you can be on Jules' side for, you say no real reason, but like she is the protagonist of this book series. So I think you're allowed to just be on her side.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's got main character energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think that she and Amanda are going to end up being friends.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You don't think that Pete and Jules are going to get married?
I started really shipping Jules and Alex at one point in this book. So
But Alex and Alexander are a thing.
I think they should break up.
Oh, okay. Well, not until I read their book series. Don't take this from me, Alex.
Well, like the books don't get unwritten because they break up.
But what if it happens in the middle of the book series and I'm heartbroken? I can't handle this. I'm not reading the books anymore.
Book pressure.
This is too much. Yeah, book pressure.
There was just a moment where like Alex was just rapping polo rap so good and they were talking about their relationships and I was like, she can do polo raps that good. I just think you should kiss.
So Alex,
Now, Kif.
Alex, we played a video game and Jenna was so mad that the two characters didn't kiss.
They should have. They're perfect together. They wrote a book to get. Come on. Okay.
I have to imagine that in Alex's mind, Jules was ghosting Alex while
the
doing
polo
the polo
wraps?
wrap. Yeah.
No. Like,
No?
there's a lot of things that I am 99.9% of the time on board with a good ghost joke. I think that's the funniest type of joke that there is in the world. But like, if someone's doing polo wraps real good, move back.
Move.
I don't even like them. I don't even want polo wraps on my horse. I'm not a fan of them. And that's like not just a laziness thing. It's a little bit of laziness thing, but it's also like the heat and the tendon and like how easy it is to kind of like bow things in there and ruin some structures. So I'm not a huge proponent of polo wraps, but if somebody's doing it real good, just watch.
See, this is the problem with me in this podcast, is that if I ever end up in a place where somebody's like, hey, what do you think of polo wraps? I'd be like, man, I'm not a big fan of polo wraps. Because I remember that part of Alex saying that, and I just parrot whatever Alex says.
Mm-hmm.
But then if they were to ask me why, I would have to run away. I'd be like, I don't remember
like,
that part.
Hang on, I have to pee, and then go to the bathroom, and then text me, and then walk back out there, like kick the door open and be like, so anyway,
Yeah.
Polo wraps.
That's exactly how it would have to happen. And they'd be like, do you know what a polo wrap is? And I'd be like,
I have to pee again.
hooves. Yeah, hooves and ankles. It's like when they tape up a boxer's hand. I assume it's the same thing.
I had a real hearing issue there for a second, because I know you said tape up a boxer's hand, but the first thing I heard was box of sand, and I was like, why the fuck are they doing that?
We're back to
my
the
brain was
sand.
like,
Yeah, because they're going to fill up the toilets.
they're gonna fill up the toilets. They need to get the sand to the toilets.
Well, but why are they taping up the box of sand?
So they don't spill it on the way to the toilet.
And it's a high toilet. So it's going to be a
Okay.
very low point.
All right. So like they had to put the toilet up on a pedestal because it was a ground floor toilet and there's no basement, so there's not enough fall. There's not enough drop for it to create that suction. Got it.
Mm-hmm. I went to a guy's house one time and you had to stand up on like a stage to pee
Was it
because of that.
was it on the first floor and there was no basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
In a room or in front of an audience?
No, it was in a room. But it was just like this 4-foot
specifically
raised
a bathroom.
platform. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, why don't you just make the whole bathroom the raised platform? Like, I was really confused by it. But it was just the raised platform, platform that the toilet was on.
I think it's so that when the toilet overflows, you can do a really dramatic shot of the water hitting the tile and then running over that second lip of the stage.
Yep.
It's a forever toilet?
All toilets are
No,
forever.
no, sorry. No, infinity toilet. Infinity toilet. That's
It
what I
took
was.
me entirely too long to realize that you were trying to say infinity, and I was like, what?
I didn't realize it till Jenna started to explain it, because I was like, I guess the toilet could be forever if you want it to be.
That was the wrong word. I used the wrong word. I meant infinity toilet.
Okay, but like in a way you used the right word.
I guess all toilets are infinity toilets unless you break them.
Yeah, but like forever and infinity, like it's conceptually, it's right there.
I want to collect the 5 infinity toilets.
Half the world's poops will disappear with a snap of Tim's fingers.
With the clinch of Tim's butthole.
Why does it make that snapping noise?
It's a really tight butthole.
This got weird.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Now's the point. Now's when, okay.
what do we have for horse news?
Great news. But I mean it.
Is this one going to be more depressing than the last one?
No, I think it's
Okay.
going to be really funny. And I think the first thing I need to tell you is that this article is written by Adam Duxter, and I read Driver the first time. So,
Why? When Duxter is so fun.
because it was Adam and then it was a capital D, because it's like a space and then a capital D for his second name. And I was like, Driver.
Clearly.
My Instagram name would be Duxter's Laboratory if that was my last name, and I would be so happy about it.
I love that. Somebody write him.
Yeah.
Omelette du fromage. Okay. So this starts really sad and then it gets better. So just stick with me. There was a dozen horses that were just loose, just out in the world, just out of control. And there was a call put in to an animal rescue. Fitzpatrick of Minnesota hooped animal rescue. And they went and got these guys. And one of the horses that they got was a 5-year-old mini horse, a stallion, who only had 3 legs because the neighbor shot off the 3rd leg earlier in that, or years prior. So this horse just learned to walk with 3 legs. It is a mini horse. So they've spent all of this time and effort, and they have made him a prosthetic. So he can now walk normally on his little prosthetic leg. But guess what they've named this horse?
Lucky.
Chance.
Lieutenant
Tripod.
Dan.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he's doing good so far.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I've never known anything of a horse that could survive with less than 4 legs.
For years. And especially like after such a catastrophic injury. Like it's just incredible.
Yeah.
What kind of dickhole shoots off a horse's leg?
I wish I knew.
There are
And
some
then
real
could
dick holes.
Take
Out
care
there.
of them.
Yeah. Yeah. One way or another.
I hate that.
What a great
I
little
love
guy,
that-
though.
I love that this little guy made it on 3 legs, and I love it that he has a prosthetic. I did think Dogtown immediately.
Oh, no.
Oh, that he had died and we were getting his
No,
fever dream
no.
of getting a prosthetic.
That is canonically not true. We know this now.
Mm-hmm.
But God, that seemed like the actual, like, oh.
I already told you how that could still be the case.
No. We've been through this. Everybody go listen to Animorphs Anonymous.
The Dogtown episode specifically. If you drop in the middle of our monster series, you're going to be like, what the hell?
Okay, yeah, that was much better than last time's news.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was kind of the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the spectrum of, well, sort of the spectrum. There was nuance to both. There was sadness and heartbreak in both.
Mm-hmm. But then this one had awe and happy.
Yeah, and they named him Lieutenant Dan, and that was...
That's so funny.
Okay. Horse quiz.
All right. Let's see if we can have another recreation of a Teddy moment. All right. So, number 1 is a Dutch Olympic show jumping rider.
Wait, are we doing human
What?
people?
Yeah, are they human people?
Are we?
Well, you said rider.
I sure did.
Unless the horse rides another horse.
That would be epic.
That would
Horse
be kind of
core.
cool.
No. What is... No. What? A rider? What?
Boyd Martin.
Dutch, not Australian.
Rembrandt.
Nope.
That dude was Dutch. I don't know that for sure. I'm just throwing it out. That might actually be very incorrect.
Oh, man.
I'm just stunned at the betrayal that's happening here right now. Like, if you thought I was bad at horse names, like, I'm worse at people names.
Yeah, I
even
love
the people
this.
I know.
That makes me very happy.
Sometimes I go years knowing somebody without calling them their name to their face just in case it's wrong.
Jeff?
No.
Anki?
No.
Bob?
No.
Rich fellers.
Probably.
That's a real horser.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want more clues?
I
Yes,
would
please.
love anything, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, absolutely. He competed at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where he placed 7th in the team and 27th in the individual competition.
What do Dutch names
Don't go that route.
I can't possibly answer that for you.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know it either.
Yeah, we can do word association for this one for sure. Obviously, it's two words, right? Two names.
Well, I don't know how many names. He might be a serial killer and have a third one.
Okay, so it's first and last.
Okay.
What is a word that you would use to describe Sasquatch?
Yeti.
Harry?
Mm-hmm, yeah, okay. And what is an action that you can do in a hyper-specific vampire fictional D&D game in order to bolster...
Harry Brood?
Nope. In order to bolster your...
It's the one where you look at the other one, and I can't think of the word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Simmer.
Nope.
Yeah.
Close,
Something like
though.
that, though. Yeah.
It's a very popular word that romance authors like to use when talking about that specific look.
Smolder.
Yeah.
Smolder, that's what it is.
So what's that name?
Harry Smolder?
Smolders.
Smolders.
Yeah. You got it. You there. Good job.
I get it doesn't feel like winning.
It felt like it to me. It didn't take that long.
'cause
I
you
didn't
got
have
us
to
there.
do much of it. And I got you there. And that's really what matters. Are you guys ready for number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is a German equestrian who competes in eventing and show jumping.
Mickey Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
I knew she was going to know that one.
She had another Teddy moment.
Yeah.
You ready for number 3?
Yes.
Number 3 is a German rider who competes in show jumping.
Mickey Young?
No.
Anke von Meyer.
No.
Wouldn't that be great if I got 2 in a row, though?
That would be great.
It would be. Like, here's the problem. Like, Mickey Young was kind of like, that's the number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. But, like, there's so many really good German writers. This could genuinely be so many answers.
Yeah.
Death.
Death?
Death rode a horse.
In show jumping?
I don't know that.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to ask you clarifying questions.
I don't know that. You know how bad I am at like committing to that bit? I didn't even realize that was a clarifying question until you said that's a clarifying question. Hans Gruber.
No.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Tell Carl his brother is dead.
We want to know more? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah. We want to know more.
Okay, cool. This person is the son of a dressage rider and Obersattelmeister of the state stud in Ritthofen.
Surely those words mean something.
They do.
I mean, we know they have parents now, so there's that.
Frederick?
Nope.
There's no point like bothering to even try the second name if I've whiffed it on the first name.
You never know. Maybe you'll land on it. I'm
that a
already
hint?
craving that word association, I'll be honest.
Maybe his name is Landon and you just tried to give me a hint when you said land on it. Is his name Landon?
No.
Is it even a he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, word association, I think.
Okay, cool. Once again, same as the first verse there.
Wait, what did this person achieve? What did they win?
Man, I didn't even get to any of their winnings. You were just like,
I know.
Let me just
I feel
have
like
that
we should
word
learn their
association.
winnings.
They were a show jumper, German show jumper. That could be one of
German show jumper. Yep.
one of 800.
He was part of the silver-winning German team at the European Championships in 2021 in Reisenbeck, Germany.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't help me. But now I know that.
Okay.
For how long?
I've probably already forgotten it.
During his annual stay in Florida, at the end of March in 2021, He won the final Grand Prix of the Ocala Winter Circuit, riding Chakaria.
My brain was like, you get Tick Maynard, and that's all you get. And that's not helpful.
No.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Word association.
So two name, first and last. The first name, complete this sentence / cult famous movie title. My dinner with
Andre?
And last name, what you use a clock to take to tell.
Time? Andre Time?
Yes. Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Listen, I might have picked ones that I could easily get you
That
there.
you knew?
Yeah.
That you knew we would.
I was like,
yeah.
I'm tired. It's been a week. So let me just get them easy ones out the way.
I, for one, feel betrayed that there are people in this quiz now.
Wow. It's like you never learn that there are no rules except the ones that I make.
I mean, it's fine that there are no rules. I feel betrayed, though.
I'm writing down My Dinner with Andre Time as an episode title.
Ooh, nice. And I don't know if it's pronounced time or team, but that's what it is. There's no way to know. I've never heard it said.
I would bust into rooms and say it's Andre Time.
It's Andre Time.
It's Andre Time. That's right.
If only that was a basketball player's name. I feel like that would be a really good catchphrase while he slapped
would
away
be.
paper.
Yep. Why paper?
Because that's in the commercials what he did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought you meant basketball.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Gone too soon.
Yep.
Andre Time. We should rename the horse quiz to Andre Time. Hey, Jenna, it's Andre Time.
I'll be like, sweet, where's Andre? He's going to do this quiz this time, right? That's what you're telling me, that I don't have to do it anymore.
Ooh, what if we got celebrity horse quiz? They
Like
would be
in
so...
the big fat quiz show when they get like a celebrity to read out a question about the media that they were in.
Exactly like that, yes. That's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking, Tim? It was your idea.
So disappointed in us.
Oh,
Whenever
yeah.
they asked us anything.
Good. I want them to be, honestly, because then they'll feel a very small portion of what I feel every single day doing this quiz. I mean, I love you guys and you're amazing.
No, I feel like they would get like less of the we're trying to torture you from us. Like we'd be like, oh, we should be respectful.
Yeah, you'd be nice
in
to
this
them.
instance.
Yeah.
Instead of like, what can we do to make Jenna the most upset?
I would cheat so hard. I would hold my Google off. I'm not even lying. I would cheat so
Yeah, he's like,
hard.
I gotta look cool in front of the cool people.
Yeah, I would cheat so hard.
And then every time he did, I'd be like, I taught him that.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting here going, they never know these things. And I'd look like the lying asshole.
But if they
Oh my
go
God,
back
you
to
just
any
found
previous
another way to
episode,
torture me. How
Yeah.
dare you?
we are good at that. This is a skill.
I guess we go ahead and do metal horses.
We could do some metal horses.
Yeah.
All right. We have our 3 horses in the barn. Moose Jaw McGraw, Big Thick Martingale, and Beta Ray Philly. Those are our horses. They live in the barn. They rule the barn with an iron hoof. That's a type of metal, so it works. Then we have Hot Lava SpaghettiOs from Nate. Dale Donuts III from Anonymous Steve, who I've never doxed, not even recently. Shut up, Steve. Don't at me. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Dime Bag from Matt Edelman, who's consistently getting a metal name for his last name now, but only his last name, a half metal name. Ooh, like a stainless steel. I assume half of it's stainless and half of it's steel. That's fine. Marital Combat from Metastrophe, the creator of Retastrophe. Glue Factory from Bean. Pony Hawk from Olivia, who I still need to check out those pictures. God damn it, get it together. The Circundal from Lost Amy, who still only has ever gotten 1 L. And then, wait, nope, I've got this. Johannes Equestrum.
Equestrum.
Johannes Equestrum from Rob Aaron. That's right, the letter gets the medal. Because why not? And Ronnie from Scott. Those are metal horses, and we have them in the barn.
I guess outro then.
Wow, that was the least Paul Blart.
I know I'm not actually good at segues. This is all just a myth that I created. But if anybody calls me on my reputation as being good at segues, I can't back it up.
Have you genuinely ever ridden a Segway?
I have not. I am convinced I would topple over.
But you don't know yet.
I don't. I've never done it.
Your Segway potential is untapped.
Mm-hmm,
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen me on ice skates. And I am the least coordinated person I've ever met. So
Don't have to be coordinated to ice skate.
I imagine it helps.
Nah.
As someone who recently got back on regular non-ice skates, I almost guarantee that you need like a little bit.
Okay, well, that's not even comparable then. You got 4 asshole wheels to control.
Yes, they were being very asshole wheels.
Yeah, that's different. And rollerblades, roller skates are a different ballgame. There's no way to stop on those things because if you do, you'll topple over.
You can stop
like,
on rollerblades.
Somebody's done it, right?
You go, you move sideways.
I haven't, but...
You twist sideways. They stop. Or you put your feet like pirouette style and do a little circle, and they stop.
That's what they want you to think. But I've tried that, and all that it's gotten me is a lot of scraped elbows and faces.
Okay. Hey, you know what I realized the other day? Like, when I was a little kid, I used to get those big, thick scabs from falling and stuff like that. Because, you know, when you're little, you fall a lot.
Yeah.
Or at least I did. I don't know about other people. I haven't had one of those big, thick scabs since I was like a little kid. And I'm like, whoa, when's the last time I had one?
Are you like seeking one?
No, I don't want one. I don't want one, please.
Like you just angered the scab gods.
The road rash deities.
Yeah.
I'm going to fall down my driveway tomorrow. Oh no, I have to take the trash up. Oh God.
Yeah.
Scab Gods is like kind of an incredible band name though.
Yeah,
It kind of is.
good.
Call Andy. We got to start a band. Okay. And this brings our podcast to an end. Similarly to the way that basically every living situation that Pete and Jules encounter comes to an abrupt end in the first half of this book. I'm so sorry. This, you know, hey, at least your air conditioner didn't fully catch fire. It'll be fine. Thank you for listening to Horse Girls. If you want to know when new episodes are posted or share your observations of this positively academic podcast, follow us on Facebook at Horse Girls Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Horse Girls Cast. If you want to buy some radical shirts and things, visit duckduckjenna.com, America's most beloved search engine, to search for Horse Girls merch and Horse Girls merch only. That's all that search engine goes to. Hey, also, we're Horse Girls on Blue Sky, so you can fucking find us there. One day I'll add that. Not this day. It is not this day. Do you want to take a relationship to the next level? Maybe add a metal horse to that barn so we can read it in a cool metal voice? You could do that. Go to patreon.com/horsegirls, where we have a veritable plethora of things to offer you, like content, but most importantly are the metal horses in the barn. You can also find that at singlethoughtconnection.com, THOT. If you want to find us on other podcasts, you can. We do them. If you like TTRPGs, check out Dungeons and Drakenbeams, Late Starters, and Dragon Knight Adventure Friends. Knight with an N. But I'm going to say it royally like it had a K, but it doesn't. If you like Animorphs, check out Animorphs Anonymous. Surprise! We also do Surprise Deck Book Club. If you're Betwitched by Jenna, check out Jenna's Twitch at twitch.tv/JennaChill with one singular L. And if you put that second L anywhere but Google, I swear I will find you. In your home, I will plug in an air conditioner and I will let it run. And if that turns into an insurance fraud scam, that's not on me. I don't control the electric outlet companies that make faulty outlets. That's what I've decided the scam is.
No, hold on. No. Why is this on the electric companies?
Because they make, electric outlet companies for making faulty outlets.
So why is it on the electric outlet companies?
Because they've made faulty outlets.
GE is sitting here like writing their cease and desist right now.
I'm just saying, did it go through Q&A? Did you put it in a lab and see if it caught fire?
Did it go through Q&A? Like, did you have a question and answer session with the...
How many questions did you ask this outlet before you installed it in
Did
the wall?
you GF it CI? Did you?
Did
Did
you
you?
gluten-free? It's... I got nothing for CI.
Computer images.
That's way better than the nothing that I had.
It's still not good. I'm just saying,
It is 100% better than my 0.
I feel like only on a technicality, though, not in like a true measure of goof. Not in the goof meter. The goofometer.
See,
there we
but
go.
the goof meter is weird because if you're too acidic or too basic, like you really want that 7
Oh, it's more like
right
a
in the
goof
middle.
test strip.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you want that goof balance.
Yeah. That's why you got to drink that goof milk.
That's why I try to
don't
stay
want your-
goof neutral.
You don't want to have your goof be too alkaline.
True goof neutral.
Truth neutral.
These are my
Ugh.
cardinal goof directions.
That hold on. That means you have a goof compass,
Yeah.
and that's really what I want to see.
This is the goof compass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always points you to the next goof.
Ooh, I love that. Unless you're standing on the goof and then it just spins.
You can't occupy the same square as another goof.
It's
Oh,
true.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite.
Unless it's a small goof.
Oh, size. Yeah, size does matter in goofs.
Translation, unless it's convenient for Austin, then it's okay.
Exactly.
Okay, if you really liked Tim's beautiful Appalachian voice as he explained goofometers and goof compasses just then, you can find that voice on such podcasts as The Way We Haunt Now. And if you think our episode art is hella cute, it is. It was created by Casey D, who writes and illustrates a webcomic called B-Side You, which you can read for free at bsideyoucomic.com. May the nuts ever stick to your roof.
Goof by Goof West.
It's my favorite convention.